Okay, so like I actually started working on this month's or not this month, this week's drawing challenge, uh, like which is plumb lines, and I was like getting through this, like doing all my measuring and stuff, and then I realized I should probably be recording this, so this is what I did so far. But I'm gonna start over. But I'm gonna like start over. Not from the start, mind you. So this is like the initial like gesture drawing that I did. And I was like you can see that like the proportions aren't like exactly all there. Like I did these plumb lines to figure out like where all my landmarks were at, and then like yeah, these are like the inconsistencies. So what I'm basically doing is I set this to a very low opacity, and I'm just going to draw over it. So this will probably be like sped up in post. But basically, so I'm not gonna have these plumb lines up on my canvas as I'm drawing, just because it's easy. I find it's easier for me to like just kind of sculpt my work, I guess per se. And what I mean by that is I kind of just like put down lines, and like as I'm drawing, I kind of like push and pull depending on like where I feel they need to be. Like, initially you saw that I drew this line right here more like this, like that. And then I was like, oh no, wait, that needs to be more vertical, like my reference here. So I just erased it, and then I pushed it in like that. So I'm just gonna continue drawing here. I'm being mindful to like the negative shapes here, which you can see that I've highlighted here. You know, they don't have to be exactly on point. By the way, Bob's here too. Do you want to say hi, Bob?
Oh.
Ah! So I don't want to like run out of room on my canvas, so I'm just gonna shrink this down a little bit. I'm not like referring very heavily to this gesture layer. I'm just kind of leaving it in there so I don't like lose sight of like the movement lines that I want to get. But overall, I'm just not really paying much attention to it. I always find that I draw like the mercenaries' heads too large, because I tend to kind of tend towards like more cartoony style, I suppose. But anyway, yeah, if you want to like exaggerate your proportions and stuff, like in normal drawing, or like just in like regular like day-to-day drawing, no one's gonna like, you know, give you crap about that. But it's always good to like be able to have that skill of measuring your drawings out properly. And I'm just gonna okay, so you can see that like this little triangle formed by his armpit here, if I actually made that like horizontal, this is nowhere near the same shape as this, so I'm gonna straighten out this torso bit here, and I'm just gonna go in and push and pull it. So that shape is now more accurate. However, what that means is his torso, which should be aligned with the front of his head, is now like way too far over there. So the nice thing about doing this digitally is you could just like select things and push and pull. That's a recurring theme today, is pushing and pulling. Let's
Tugging on this hoodie.
okay.
You don't want to smooch. Get
Oh gosh. I'm trying to be educational here.
educational.
Okay, that aside, yeah, so his head, I don't know, it's like tiny and is bothering me, because like, it just doesn't look right to me, but I'll try to get the proportions measured out correctly first, and then like I'll worry about like exaggeration. Yeah, I can already see that the angle of this arm is nowhere near the same angle as this arm over here, which is more of a, I'd say that's like a 30 to 40 degree angle, whereas this is more like a 60-degree angle. So I'm gonna, first off, I'm gonna erase that, because also his elbow, like the inside of his elbow should come way above the top of his head. So I'm gonna shrink this a little. You can also just like increase the size of your canvas, but since I'm already working on such a large like canvas size, and this isn't gonna like be up for print or anything, it's not something that's super important. So that's why I'm I'm shrinking my image rather than like growing my canvas. I'm also being mindful of the angle of this knife here. So like if I were to draw a horizontal line there, I did that just by like clicking and then holding shift and then like dragging, in case you didn't know. You can see that this angle is a little bit wider than this angle over here, so I'm gonna see if I can fix that. There we go. And the tip of his knife should come like about a head's width in front of this head. So like if I took this head and then I transpose it over here, then the knife should end about there. But then it's like, oh wait, where's his hand in relation to the front of his head? Oh, yeah, it's a little too far forward, so I'm gonna... Yeah. This is what I mean by like pushing and pulling. So... eventually, after you like do this a bunch, I'm just gonna put in the fold of his jacket there, bring this back. Eventually, what the idea is, after you've like referred back and forth between landmarks on your reference picture, is you should eventually have an image that's more or less proportionally correct. You know, being able to measure those kinds of proportions is an important skill. You know, it's not the end of the world if a few parts of your drawing are off. Didn't like that, so I just undid it. But again, it's important to know how, or like what the rules are in drawing before you can break them effectively. By the way, in case anyone was wondering, what I'm listening to in the background is this Best Relaxing Piano Studio Ghibli Complete Collection 2016 by Mr. Gear on YouTube. Like Studio Ghibli music is something I really enjoy listening to while I'm drawing, because it's very calming, and it doesn't really, it's not like really heavy listening, so I don't know, it feels like video game music in that it's meant to be listened to like passively, not like actively. So I'm looking at this negative shape here, and I don't know what this shape reminds me of. Like maybe like a leaf. So I'm gonna see if I can like get that same leaf shape over in here. And this is where negative shapes come into play. Okay. Being able to see that and cross-referencing it in your drawing is it's important. I say that everything's important. Okay, I want to like get rid of this guide just so I can see what's going on a little more clearly. And I'm once again getting very close to the bottom. So I'm gonna shrink my drawing again by doing Control T, which is free transform. I'm just noticing now that this shadow is a little bit disconnected from his foot there, but that's a problem with the Source engine. You get it in Maya sometimes too. Let's see. By the way, the person who made this reference image, minus the, there we go, is done by Hot Rod McCool Guy, who is a real cool guy.
Not as cool as me!
Yeah, but you don't have McCool Guy in your name, so you're not...
Yeah, you really got me there.
You're not on that level of cool. You're pretty damn cool, though. I don't know what's going on with this gun down here, so I'm just kind of blocking in the rough shape. It doesn't have to be, like, totally, like, accurately descriptive, but, you know, as long as it gets the message across. I'm looking again, and I'm seeing that this gun is enormous, so I'm gonna, like, hang on. I'm gonna take this barrel, and first off I'm gonna shrink it. I'll put the anchor over here so it shrinks around that point. Secondly, I'm noticing that, like, this angle between his thighs over here is kind of like at a slant, so I need to alter that course of action there. Excuse me. And also the bottom of his jacket should come down a little bit farther. It's important not to get, like, too precious with your artwork at this point.
You're precious.
You're precious. But, because you want to be open to, like, changing it while it's still, like, in this state of, being very easily moldable. Otherwise, in, like, it's easy to fall into the pitfall of, oh, I'm just gonna finish it, or I'm just gonna fix it later when I'm, like, doing the line art. No, you, it's easier to fix it while you're still in the sketching stage. Believe you me, I've done that. I'll do this line again. I don't know, I'm finding that his head's too small now. No, it's not. Because this line should come... Let's get these plumb lines up again. Yeah. So there should be, like, a considerable gap between, like, his elbow and the top of his head. And this leg is not nearly at the angle it should be. There you go. This should come in lower. Bob's pinching my cheeks here.
You got such pinchable cheeks.
You're adorable. I'm finding this area down here is too wide, so I'm gonna narrow it down just a bit. I don't know, like, once you start, like, actually, like, measuring out the mercenaries' proportions. Yeah, once you do start measuring out the mercenaries' proportions, you'll find that, like... Can you close the door when you do that? Please. Can you close the door while you're doing that, please? I'm recording.
I don't know what you're talking.
Thank you. Okay, so... Anyway, once you do start measuring the proportions of the mercenaries, you'll start to find that some of them are very, like, odd, but you don't really notice it until, like, you actually start measuring. And, I think that's, like, really great design work on, like, Valve's part, because, like, it helps distinguish them very easily from, like, a visual standpoint. Just because, like, in gameplay, it's like you want to be able to recognize the silhouettes of the characters very easily without taking too long to look at them, because otherwise it's like, oh, is that a demo man or a sniper over there that I see? But, like, in game, it's like you can tell it just like that. So I'm looking, measuring the distance. That's still too narrow, but it's better. So I think that, okay, I'll use the marquee tool here. Just kind of stretch out these legs down here a little bit. Actually, I want to stretch out this part, but I don't want to stretch out this part. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drag it downwards a little bit, and then take this part and then stretch it up to meet that area. Let's turn off the plumb lines again so we can see what I'm doing. I like how the how I just, like, assumed that the vent in his coat was like, oh yeah, it's gotta be there. No, it's in the reference, it's like over here. So that's gonna be kind of overlaps like this. I don't know if you can see, but I'll post a link in the Reddit post. This should be a bit more flush, so I'm gonna straighten it out a bit. Now, as you, like, progress, you'll want to, like as you progress with your artistic labors, you'll eventually want to get to the point where, like, you don't want to be, like, one-on-one, like, accurate in your drawings, and that's just because, like, you'll want to, like, exaggerate as, like, a sense of movement. So instead of being like this, you'll probably have a sense of movement that's a bit more like this, because it's a bit more of a dynamic. Sometimes, like, in references or your reference work, you'll want to take, like, artistic liberties with that. But we're not at that point yet, so right now we want to just do our best in measuring. This is such a shitty knife. Ziggy. Looks like he's, like... It's not even a knife. It's like he's holding a letter opener. Once if I try real hard, it'll look like a knife. There we go. No, it still looks like a carrot, but... This is a short demo. I'm being invited to play TF2. I don't want to play TF2, sorry. I ain't got got time for that. Okay, let's see if what I can do with this gun here. So I'm gonna zoom in. Oh, okay. I see what's going on with his hand there. I'm not gonna spend as much time on the gun as I did with the rest of the spy, because this is, you know, it's just a demonstration. But yeah, this is just a rough gesture of what I think the gun would look like if I were to draw it in properly. It's not perfect, but it gets the idea across. Sometimes less is more. Like, you don't want to spend too much time on one area and then like kind of half-ass the rest of the thing. Sometimes you get better results if you just kind of gesture it in. And just kind of suggest it and let your viewer's eyes figure out what's what. Okay, so I would like just outline this or this shadow like I did in my gesture, but what I'm gonna do instead is I'm just gonna fill it in. I don't have any like this should be over here, so I can give myself some more room. Bob's done pooping.
Thank you for keeping everyone updated on my situation.
Yeah. I'm like freaking like trying to draw and like trying to like curse as minimally as possible, and like
Never say like again.
and like I don't know, I'm just trying to like be educational and channel Bob Ross, and then like you go into the bathroom and start taking a dump with the door open. Anyway. Can't make this up. I'm just gonna gesture this in. So the shadow does not extend past the... Oh, not that one. Does not extend past the tip of the gun, so... I feel like this arm is too short. Yeah, I think that's
What arm's too short?
the spy's arm.
Wait, what do you mean his arm's too short?
Thanks. Yeah, I do. I do love you very much. Though you test me. Put on the fucking, like, piano Ghibli tunes.
I'm not swearing.
Fuck that. You ruined it as soon as you took like a big greasy shit on my like demonstration video. Like literally, you literally took a big greasy shit like on my video.
Well, you're not making it better.
Okay. No, this shadow's not like accurate, but like I'm like losing my composure, so that's close enough. It's not like no, it's not close enough. I can lie to other people, but I can't lie to myself. I can't lie to God. I'm not saying that I'm God. I'm saying that like I don't know.
Like getting a little off topic.
I am. I like try too hard to like make dumb jokes when I'm flustered. and sometimes it just like ends up falling on my face. Okay, so this is more or less what I've ended up with. Now I've actually made it so like the proportions on this reference picture over here are the same proportions of the canvas that I'm working on over here. So I'm gonna copy and paste this to see like how close I got. And you know, it's not accurate. It's not like perfect, but you know, it's close enough. Nice. Okay, so if I were to critique myself, I'd make it so like, you know, he was leaning a bit more this way. I wonder if that can be fixed just by like moving my reference. Oh wow! What do you know? So it's just the feet that are like way too far over here. So I'll just delete that. Yeah, if I were to continue working on this, I'd basically like move my feet over, so like his foot would not be this far over. Like it should, like his left foot, even though it's like on the right over here, should line up roughly with the center of his head, I think. Yeah, should be about at the center of his head. Right now it just looks like he's trying to go pee instead of actually, you know what, fuck it. Let's just throw caution to the wind. Well, it's not quite there, but it's getting close. That's better. And now I just have to fix this shadow. So now it's got a better sense of movement instead of like just looking like he's standing there crossing his legs like he has to go pee. So yeah, I think that'll do for this reference. Or not reference, but for this demo. Demonstration, not demo, man. So yeah, that's basically it. If you wanna do the same thing, leave a comment in the Reddit comments, not the YouTube comments, because I don't look at YouTube very much. And if you want to critique, then please mention that you do. Otherwise, it's like I don't want to like critique someone's artwork who wasn't expecting critique, and then it hurts their feelings. And because I don't know, I feel like that'd be mean. Okay. So yeah, thanks for watching. That's it. Bye bye.